All right. Welcome back to another episode on Grouse 4x4. And in this episode, guys, we are going to be getting down to the final details of me being able to go out and happily enjoy a full driving trip. We're going to put our 12 volt in, our fridge in. We're going to put our brand new head unit in, and we've got a pretty big unboxing, which happened to be one of our biggest deliveries yet. And not only that, it is now one of our biggest supporters of the channel. So sit back, grab yourself a drink and enjoy. Proudly supported by King Chrome, Outback Tourer, Tyre Power, Tuggeranong, Belcon and Queanbeyan and Ulladulla, Spares Box, Just Race Parts, Steady and GME. So it turns out my 200 amp lithium that was in the back of my 80, they don't like to be thrown around. I've had it on charge for like 2 days. I've tried to jump start it, tried to do everything. Max volts I can get out of it was like 4 volts or something. So it's dead. So what I did, I went cheap. I went and brought a King's 100 amp lithium slimline battery so I can fit it behind my seat. Behind the driver's seat in a Patrol, there's where the sub tank mounts. There's actually a big tunnel bit there, and I couldn't fit my big one behind my seat. Where this slimline I should be able to. I got the battery tray, so I have something to mount it to, nice and easy. My Enerdrive DC charger started playing up a little while ago. So I was due to get a new one, so I thought while I was down there, I'll just get a King's one. And I also got a wiring harness, a premium wiring harness, so everything should just be plug and play. We can put this in, wire the fridge up. The other thing that happened when I rolled my car, my fridge stayed on the tray. It still worked, but where I had it bolted through the tray, it bent all of those mounts. So to fix that, ARB sell a tie down kit. So literally you just take a couple screws out and you can bolt it and strap it down. We've got a lot of things to do, and we're T-minus 42 hours till we leave. I do have to sleep between now and then too, so I've got a lot of things to do. And we have our charger down there. The reason I put it down there is so I can view it from in between the seats to make sure it's charging. Got our slimline battery there. We've mounted it this way so all the cables fit in between here. And then everything just comes in down the bottom here. So I do have my 2 switches for my rock light and my camp light down there at the moment. They're just sitting there because I do want to wire them in properly to this one. So I want to wire that one in to my rock lights, camp lights, all that sort of stuff. So I do need to, as you can see, the switch there, but I do need to move them later on. It's just, this is so we can get on our trip. I'm not doing it 100%. These still work. This is still the steady wiring loom with the switch there. It's just going to change to a different switch. But that is bolted all nicely there. It's sitting on top of the tunnel for where the sub tank sits, so it does have a bit of weight support for the weight going down. And then everything just comes out here at the moment. And then I've put like a braided line over all the important cords. That's my fridge cord, and then I've just got my air line and all that sort of stuff coming out of there. Everything runs down either along the chassis, so that just goes up through there, through the body mount hole, and then same with like my rock lights and what light bar and that, they all get zip tied together. So that one I'll just zip tie like that so it stays up nicely. And I got to get a rubber grommet, little rubber boot for there, so then that way everything's sealed and perfect. Well, the fridge is all mounted up now. It was actually super simple to do. ARB are a company that I do find are very good with parts, because if you ever need any parts, you could just literally go onto their website, lock a part, you can get the exploded diagram, you can order the simplest of parts. You don't have to buy the entire unit. They put the thought into it and the effort, and like I said about the winch in the last episode, this is where it's actually worth buying the more expensive stuff, because they make it more simple and easy to do for people like myself and you guys that just want to have a crack at doing it. Open! Get it! Oh, we're like kids. There's 3 kids right here right now. We've got... Millie, what do we got? Yeah. Some stickers. Oh, look at all my sticker collection. I've got heaps of stickers, eh? Big shed banner. They definitely make these things childproof, eh? Little King Chrome banner. I like it. Oh, wait till you see this. This is exciting. Oh, look at that. Listen to it. Oh, Look at all this. Look at this. Little tiny baby ones. Oh, they're like a quick release.
Wobbly as well.
Yeah, a little wobbly. And another one.
Big wobbly.
Oi, that's actually a really good wobbly. Oh, we got breaker bars for days now.
Look at that.
I was talking about this. Oh, it's got heaps of different. Mate, this is fun. We've opened one box and we're stuck here. Hey, yeah. What's in this one? Oh, this is the travel kit. Ah. Here you go. Watch out. Hell yeah.
Can we see?
Oh. All the different circlips. They're adjustable heads.
King Chrome Impact. Torque spits.
Oh, it's for a drill. Or this.
Daddy, I found something cool.
What'd you find?
Something cool.
What'd you find?
Look,
All of it's pretty cool.
that's yours.
That's your hub size.
Yep, my 8mm that I just brought yesterday in King Chrome to have in my toolkit. But I now have a toolkit to have one for home. These look freaking awesome. I actually really like that because then you just literally,
It's a ratchet.
it's a ratchet too. Knife, screwdrivers, shifters, side cutters, deep sockets.
Everything.
No, there ain't much this kit doesn't have. This is coming with me
What's this?
in a couple of days. It's heavy too, this one, it says.
Screwdrivers.
Pry bar set. Oh, I've actually wanted to buy this for so long. Look at all this stuff. Now, I've been wanting to buy this, the pry bar set. You know when we were using the tire jacks?
Yeah.
That was the tire bars. I was like, we could use these. Center punch.
Yep. And you got 3 different size hammers. 4.
Which hammer would we like to use? Pick one. That's a big hammer. That is the, if these ones don't work, get the big hammer job. Oh, hold up.
Iron core.
There's one more. It's got 5 hammers. Hacksaw. That's an automatic center punch too. So it's one of the ones that you just press and it pushes it for you.
Fancy.
Mate, we're getting fancy right here.
Glasses.
Oh, you need those.
Yeah, that's what Jane was saying. We can use this to clean my new screen in my car. There's another foam insert. What do we got here?
Oh.
Whoa! Look at that!
Wowzers.
6mm to 24. This is going to be so like neat and tight. I can see Jaden's OCD already. He's like, oh my God. Everything has its home. If something disappears, we're going to be like, where the fuck's the 22? What do we got on this one, eh? We're going to have a sneak peek without you.
What?
More stickers.
See?
Punch and chisel set. I have 1 punch now. I now have 10. Here's the mess in here. We've had a lot of deliveries and we're currently on a time crunch, as you would have just
42
heard.
hours.
42 hours. Oh no, 41 hours and counting.
Whoa.
Whoa! How many screwdrivers can a man need?
Ratchet one.
Whoa!
Torque spits.
No, we've got everything. Oh, that is heavy.
Screwdriver magnet with test loop.
What? You can put a socket on it.
Whoa. You can undo a wheel nut with that.
There ain't much we don't have.
Look how small that flap blade is.
Oh, it's all the security. Whoa, that's tiny. Ratchet screwdriver. You're joking.
Whoa.
No, this is it. And there's...
Undo and do up.
Oh! I really like the foam inserts. This is like really satisfying.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
Ah, all the different pliers.
Long nose pliers and...
Cable cutters.
There's a grippy.
Look at how satisfying this is.
That's 6 drawers and that's 5 drawers.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be magical.
Yeah. Reveal.
Oh, look at it. Oh, satisfy it. Pull it. Let me see that stainless steel.
You don't want to use that as a workbench.
Oh no, that's too pretty. They're like mad cut key too. They've gone to the effort. They really have. This is the power board, I reckon.
It's magnetic.
Oh, no way. Oh, look at the notch for the cord.
Oh.
That's a power board literally inserted in a tray they've CNC cut.
nice.
Yeah, and I'm going to say that box is the wheels.
Flash.
This is real flash. This is too flash for me.
Oh, these are nice tools.
They feel good. They feel nice in the hand.
Nice in
Look at this. Using King Chrome tools to build some King Chrome stuff. Oh yeah. This is huge. It's heaps bigger than that little piece of shit eBay one. the back here, right there. You can bolt it together. Ta-da. Oh, it's on gas strike. So it goes under. Oh, come have a look at this. Get a load of this.
Wow.
It just fits so perfect. Because then this goes.
Oh, that's satisfying.
King cone.
Oh.
Need a punch? Got it covered. Cold chisel. Cold chisel. Look at all these things. I've got everything. This little thing has its own little home. Look at that. Big dog. Extra big dog.
Good tyre lever, that one.
Yeah, this is a real good tyre lever. Whole kit and caboodle coming up right here. Look at this stuff. Because these are all like in relation. Oh, they're sharp too. Look how sharp they are. Ooh. Ah! King Chrome tools. Hammer 1. Damn, look at that! Shit.
What is it?
King Chrome soldering iron. 12 volt stuff. Now, a massive thank you. One of our biggest supporters of this channel, King Chrome. I cannot stress and thank King Chrome enough for actually sending me this stuff here. This has upgraded my shed massively. The amount of tools that they gave me and all the little nitty-gritty little bits and pieces that you need to actually get things, and sometimes you don't have the right tools, so you improvise. Well, now we've got the toolkit for it and we've got all the tools we need. Again, a massive thank you to King Chrome, and I am absolutely over the moon to have all of these tools. I can't wait to get in, start building some more cars and having the right tools for the job. All right, as you can see, air compressor fits under the seat nicely. So I do need to go to ARB or a fitting shop. I need to just change this air line fitting on my compressor. This was to suit the 5mm hose. I need to get the 6mm because I've got the new 6mm hose to go with everything. So I'm gonna go pick that up, and then I'll be Mickey Mouse, have my lockers in. I do have 2 switches up on the dash here for compressor and front locker. I will show you them. They were already there. When I pulled the dash apart, they actually still had all the factory wiring from ARB. So I still had a lot of the factory wiring from ARB, and I just plugged into that. So that works, as well as this one down here. The one down here is for pumping tires up, and the one up there is for when I want to run my locker. They do the same, and then I've got the front locker switch up there. There's my ARB switches there for a front locker and compressor switch, which is just behind my steering wheel, so nice, easy to fit to. And then obviously you can hear that, that's the front locker because I already had the compressor on before. So they're all wired in as well to the unit down the bottom. So now that we've jumped in here, we're going to go and pull this fascia plate off first and get this apart. I already fixed a lot of the wiring and stuff behind here so it's neat and tidy, and hopefully I'm going to do the same with the Polaris. So the fascia plate is all off now, and I just unplugged the 2 switches I had here. So there was a horn and the sub tank. We're going to take this Kenwood out with the 4 bolts and then go read the instructions to see what we need to do for the Polaris head unit before we put the fascia plate back on, put the new fascia plate back on, and hopefully it all works and everything's fine. All right, we are back out here this morning and we're just testing the wires, finding out exactly which ones are which, and I think we've nailed it. We turned it on and everything worked how it should work. So we're just going to go along now. I've already got all my heat shrink and stuff on. I've got a couple extra pieces here. There was a few wires I had to sort of guess and work out. But with a bit of Googling, we've just gone and twisted them, and then we're going to solder them and then heat shrink them all, and then it's all perfect. And then, yeah, it just plugs straight back into the factory Nissan loom, which is going to be perfect. Hell yeah.
Too many hard sheds.
That fits so nice. So I do need to get a new blank for there because it had a horn in it and it broke. So it's just a hole at the moment, but I will get a blank for there. I'll just order that probably on eBay, and it's just a simple clip in. Well, as you can see, it is now dark. The swag is on. Team liners, we've got 13 and a half hours until we are leaving for our trip. We have zero time to edit this video because we're going to be out on the tracks and we've sort of gotten jumbled up a little bit. The end of this video was just a mad rush trying to get the car ready. And as you can see, we were very tight on time. The rear brake rotors, I was putting air in one of the tires and I realized the rear brake rotor was shiny. So I checked the other side and it was full shiny too. They were slotted and dimpled, but there was no slots or dimples left in it at all. What I think's happened is it's been ran on bare metal before, ground it down 5 or 10 mil, and then it just looks like there's been new pads thrown at it and let it go. Lucky I picked up on that. I ran down to Repco, grabbed some new rotors and new brake pads and sorted them out. Very simple, very easy to do. So we are good to go. Swag on, cooker's in, fridge is on and running. We're looking good. You guys are gonna see some wheeling in the next couple of episodes. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one and I will catch you on the next one. Next time on Grouse 4x4, we get back to doing what we love. The crew and I decided it was time to get back to wheeling together. We met at Central West Fall Drive Park and it did not disappoint. A few breakages along the way, but that didn't stop us.